Yeah, I started life as a journalist and then worked with IBM, and laterally in the 90s with United Utilities as their group communications director for the last 10 years. I've been working in a whole variety of companies, from some of you are probably here today, everyone from Sky to BT to Microsoft, EDF Energy and O2, and currently with people like Anglian Water and Standard Life. And I've been mulling for some time, even up until, well, you were speaking there, about what I might say, and it's evolved. And I think what I will say is just one single point, which is this: I would be concerned if over the next hour, well, I'd be concerned if we weren't actively engaged, and there's a hell of a lot of dialogue and questioning and hopefully disagreement. Because that's what inspires real change. But the one thing I'd like to cover is this: I would be very unhappy if what we ended up talking about is how do we actively engage employees on stuff like, you know, volunteering or community initiatives or whatever. The agenda changes. This is the year of transformation. Something dramatic is happening, and it's primarily around the fact that there is a commercial imperative for social action, and it doesn't matter what sector you're in. And it's important that we define what we each mean by sustainable business. And just across, across the other side of the city, business and the community are having their convention also today, and they are also exploring new models for sustainable business. Now, I need to be clear to you what my beliefs are, because like everyone else, what we believe influences what we do. And what I believe is this: I believe sustainable business is about how organizations act to create long-term commercial success. It's a commercial imperative, and it's about creating our preferred future and what we do. In other words, my single point is this: that the company isn't about exploring ways of engaging employees on causes they care about. It's about the fact that today the company is the cause. The whole purpose of the organization is what's driving it. Let me just use one example, and I can illustrate this when we get into the dialogue from others. And it's this: we're currently working with Anglian Water. Anglian Water live and work in the lowest lying region in the UK. They also have very low rainfall, equivalent rainfall to Jerusalem. They also have a significantly increasing population, so it's increased 20% in the last 20 years. That trend will continue. The current regulatory framework is unsustainable. To think that somehow, when you are subject as a water company to massive change, that somehow we can think in 5-year increments. It's not sustainable, so they know that, and they're looking at a totally different business model. And their business model is based around around changing the way in which we value water, so that the assumption and thinking around embedded water equals the same way as we currently think about embedded carbon. Less than 1% of the water in the world is actually fresh water that we can access and consume. We cannot afford to waste water of any kind. And they're saying in order for us to have a sustainable business, first of all, we have to completely change the way we currently think about responsible business practice. And they are moving to a sustainable business model. And what that means is everything that will help them and their organization achieve long-term commercial success is included within just one of 3 platforms that they've defined as part of their new business model. They call that smart business. But they're saying even if we did everything we could in terms of our footprint and our actions, it would not be enough. It would not be sustainable. So we've got a responsibility as a business leader to influence the behavior of other businesses in our region. So they've created this other initiative called Smart Environment that involves working and collaborating with others as an influencer to encourage the creation of a sustainable region. But they're saying even if we did that in collaboration with others, that would not be enough. Because what we've got to do is change the behaviors and habits of each one of us and encourage sustainable living. So they call that smart communities. So their business model has changed. Now, as part of that, that will evolve into a transformational change agenda. And my absolute conviction is that any organization that understands sustainable business in the new world, they will do three things. They will begin not by exploring what they've done in the past or simply setting targets for the future. They will define their preferred future. And having defined their preferred future operating environment, they will then look at the transformational change agenda that will take them from where they are to where they want to be. And as part of that, they will also redefine their sustainable business model. And in the new world, the sustainable business model that is right for your organization will be totally different from the sustainable business model that is right for mine. And this idea and assumption in the past that has somehow been that there is an external good practice and we need to all act simultaneously to comply with that is a mistake in my view. The future is about creating a sustainable business model that's fit for purpose for you and in your market. And that the odds are that will change over time. So that's the sum of what I'm saying. That in future, in order to fully engage employees, employees will be fully engaged because they will believe and they will act to help the organization achieve its long-term success. That's it.